Well, good morning. Welcome to another video on the An Everyday Angler YouTube channel. So today, I'm going to be doing some trotting, float fishing, mainly on rivers, I think. Heading to the Thames to start with, to see what we can get there in Reading. Then I've got a couple of other rivers and a canal maybe. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I may get to Thames and it's absolutely brilliant, just stay there. But if it's a bit not very good, or there's not much happening, then I'll move on. But I think I've got a stretch of the River Loddon and a stretch of the Canal as well. And yeah, so it's fishing with maggots and worms today, trotting. So yeah, quite looking forward to it. I haven't done this kind of fishing for quite a while now. So we'll get there and we'll see what happens. So this is the Maple Durham stretch of the River Thames behind me. Looks absolutely awesome. I've never fished it before, never seen it before. So I've just been getting my bearings, looking on the map to where you can and can't fish, which I'm assuming, by the look at the map anyway, I can fish here. So it does look good for a little bit of pike fishing. I may sling around a pike lure to start with, just to make sure, you know, to get them out of the swim, obviously, for float fishing. So yeah, I'll give that a little go. I'm going to get all the kit over here, including the pike lure rod, and see what we can catch. Nothing on the lure, and that's fine because I'm not really here for that anyway. Let's get out the Wrigley's. I think we'll find the depth first. We're going to go about quarter to half the way out and see what kind of depth we're at. I can see someone fishing now in the distance on the little island bit. There's no one fishing along here. Don't know if that's for a reason or not, but we'll find out, I suppose. Being that I've never fished here before. Okay, now it's best practice when you're float fishing of nearly any kinds, bar pellet waggler and that kind of thing, it's not quite the same, to plumb the depth. Just so you've got the float where you want it at the right depth. On a river, I'll probably look to go on dead depth or just under, depending on the weed. If it gets really bad and cloggy, then I'll bring the float up a little bit. So there's a plummet. This is a little rubber one with a bit of foam on the inside. I quite like these ones. So you just take your hook through the hole on the top, put it through like so, and then put the hook into the bottom so that it suspends like this. I've got it set at the moment at about 4 foot. So give that a little chuck and see how far off we are. Yeah, it's deeper than that. So using a stick float makes life a lot easier for river fishing anyway. You literally just push the float up. I've got a bolt shot near the hook, a couple of inches, well, probably about 3 inches from the hook, and then a couple of inches further up I've got another bulk shot. Right, let's see how we are with that. Yeah, still deeper. So we're now running at about 5 foot at the moment. So let's push that up to about there. Okay, so now it's getting to the stage where it gets a little tricky to cast because it's such a long. Yeah, fluff that right up, but it's all right. We're going in. It's still deeper than that, but only just by the look of it. So we'll go with that. That's fine. Okay, now before I start fishing, I'm going to bait the swim for 10 minutes or so, just with the old Wrigley's and the catapult. Try not to get it all over me. Just lightly, a small pinch of maggots. Cast out. The chances are, being the Thames, there's probably a hell of a lot of bleak and minnows in here, so a lot of them are not gonna probably even get near the bottom. But to be fair, I'm not fussed what I catch today. Float fishing for anything that I can get. So, yeah. Looking forward to this, I really am. Okay, I've been feeding the swim now for about 10 minutes or so. Just gonna pop the plummet off, stick some maggots on. Actually, before I start, I'll show you what I'm using. So, I have 12-foot match style float rod, fixed ball reel, 5-pound line. At the moment, I've gone straight through. If I feel I need to go a little lighter, then I'll put a hook link on. I've got hook links of sort of from £1 up to about £10 with me. I've got bulk shot down the line. I can't really pull that down. Bulk shot down the line underneath the float. Small bulk shot at the bottom, and then a couple of Wrigleys. Right, let's get this out. First cast. Bit tricky because it's so blooming deep. There's a technique with stick floats because they do tangle very easily. You do have to feather it as you're casting just to make sure that the hook bait stays beyond the float. So that's trotting lovely. I did contemplate using a centre pin, but because of it, you know, fishing on the Thames, I didn't know if I was going to need a bit more distance than I can get on the pin. Well, it doesn't seem to have caught bottom yet. Just mending the line as we're going. If that was a bite or just hitting the bottom. I'll give that another glide through. If it still hits the bottom, I'll bring the float down a little bit. There we go, lovely. It's always important to keep mending the line when you're float fishing, especially trotting anyway, so the line stays behind the float and doesn't start overtaking it. What a bunch of... Right, that's the swan's buggered off. Let's go back in. mean, it's a beautiful place to sit. So peaceful. We're parked, well, I'm parked inside Maple Durham House. Oh, took my eye off the float then, I thought it was gone, but it wasn't. So as far as I know, no one but RDAA members and people who work for Maple Durham House can actually walk along this bank, which is very handy, bearing in mind that Maple Durham House is actually closed at the moment, so very peaceful. Boats can't come down to where I am, I don't think anyway, because there's a weir right in front of me, and I don't think they'll get past that. So yeah, very peaceful, bar the swans. Still not even getting any taps though, which is, I don't know, you know, but like I said, I haven't fished the Thames in a while, for this kind of fishing anyway. I've pike fished it, but I haven't float fished or any other for a long time. Textbook trotting, as the late Wilson would have said. Oh, it's time for how good are the toilets? Now, proper brick built toilets. Not too bad. It's watertight. Couple of sinks. Big urinal thing. Yeah, give it a strong 6 out of 10. Yeah. Wow, that was a load of old dingleberries. Absolutely nothing. About an hour and a half wasted. But a lovely place to be. So I'm going to head on to the River Loddon now at Wisley Mill. See what's there. Now this is a bit more of a faster paced river, I think. Again, I haven't been there, so I don't know. But I think this is going to be more chub type river, I would have thought. But we'll see. Again, I mean, worst case scenario, if this all fails, I've got the canal at Froxfield, which I know is great perch fishing on the Law, but I've always wanted to fish there with worms and maggots and see what else is in there, and maybe even catch perch on the float. So that's going to be my last ditch attempt if I can't get anything this way. But we'll go to Wisley Mill and we'll see what we can find there. Wisley Mill. We've got the big carp lake next to me to the left and the river to the right, although I can't see the river at the moment. No idea where I'm going. Let's go down here. So here's the River Loddon. Found a lovely little bit here. How good it's going to be for trotting, I don't know. A lot of stuff in the water as well, which could cause problems on float or with the float. loads and loads of weed in the water. Could be tricky. I'll give it a few trots through and see what happens, I suppose. Here we go, first little one. Just deepened up a little bit and got it first cast. Let's see what else is about. Oh, there's definitely a few fish out there now. Bobbing about and coming back with chewed maggots. It's just a very tricky cast to get it where I want it. Managed to hook someone else's old line. He's a very rusty old hook. Obviously I won't be putting that on the floor, put it in my bag. Oh, the cast is so tricky to get where I want to go. I think if I overarm cast, I'll end up on the far bank. Keep persisting. Oh, doing my bit for the environment today. Caught someone's lure. A very manky looking old crayfish lure. Literally, somehow, just literally hooked the swivel. I think it's time to move on. Well, I think this river is definitely better suited with a bomb or a feeder, so you can get over there a little easier. One little fish. Not ideal. Let's move up to Froxfield, I think, and see what comes from there. Hopefully a few more than this. Well, I think that's enough for the rivers today. I mean, if I persisted, I'm sure I would have done a hell of a lot better, went walking up and down a bit further. But I just want to catch a few fish today. And I think the canal is going to be the best option. And I fished the Kennet and Avon Canal for many years on the Hungerford stretch and had some awesome days on there. My PB roach and perch at one point were from there. And obviously it's not that far up the road to Froxfield where I'm going to be fishing. So hopefully I can get a few fish. I know there's a big perch in there, you know, well over £2. But I'd imagine over £3. And rough and big roach. So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to it. I think, to be fair, I've been looking forward to that the most. So, you know, I've been dying to get there, really. Just thought I'd give the rivers a bit of a go. They're still very weedy. I think I'll leave it to get a few frosts. I mean, we're nearly the end of sort of November now, and it's just so warm for November. You know, hardly any of the weed has had time to die back or anything. It's just needs a fair few frosts, and then I'll be happy to hit the rivers again, I think. So let's head to Froxfield and let's see what we can get there. Excuse me, can you tell where the parking is for Froxfield? Thanks for your help. Well, just starting on the Froxfield Canal. Just going to plumb up. See what's at home. First fish on the worm. Not quite what I was expecting. Tiny little bike. Let's stick it back. Right, let's try again for a perch. Nice little perch. I think I've had this one before. Let's get him back. Yeah, not too bad. Huh? Yeah. Into another one. Feels quite a decent fish. I have a feeling it might be a little pike. If it's a perch, it's a good one. It's a fairly good perch. It's a bloody lovely fish, that one. Yeah, you got a nice fish there. Yeah, here we go, look at this lovely fish. Pushing £1.5 pounds. Lovely. Let's slip her back. I could hardly get a touch on the bloody worm. Switched to a couple of maggots. All is good. Right. Let's get some more. Another little stripey. God, they've all got marks on them. Ooh. They've all been munched by something. Must be a few pike in here then. Let's get him back and see if we can get one more before I have to leave. Yeah, sadly, prior engagement means leaving a bit early. All these fish have been coming on maggots. Not a single fish on the worms. Let's see if we can get one more. It's been a really good day though, really good. Had a few perch, I think one maybe pushing 2. I had caught 2 more that I haven't even put on the video because didn't realise the camera wasn't recording. Rookie error. Yeah, really enjoyed the day actually. Really good. Well, sadly that's all I've got time for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe and I'll catch you on the next one.